split testing. Split testing we created the ad. Now you want to think about split testing. You need to split test because it allows you to see which one of these two ads gets the most clicks, which one of these two ads has the attention of the readers the most. And so you could run these side by side where they'll be displayed to different users based on who they are, and it will tell you based on the number of clicks that they are getting which one is more effective. If people somehow like this that says the only difference is in the title, everything else is the same, which is what you want to do. Split testing, I should explain this. Split testing refers to the expression in marketing that allows you to create an ad and then create a slightly different version of that same ad by just changing something very simple, but keep 95 or 98% of the ads the same. You just want to change something very slight, and in general that should be the title. So here I have two different titles. The first title says Get the Cat on Kindle $2.99. The other title says Children's Series The Cat $2.99. If either one of these gets more clicks, I may be just inclined to cancel the other one and then focus on this one, or leave this one running and create a new one to see if I get better clicks based on that ad. So you want to play around with split testing, which allows you to put your best foot forward and your best ad forward. You need to think about that as you do this. Okay, so that's called split testing. And then bid experimentation. That just means that if you recall, when I was creating the campaign, it asked me how much I was willing to bid, and I bid a certain amount. What you can do with bid experimentation is you can raise or lower the amount of money you are willing to spend if one person clicks on your ad. And 50 cents is on the higher end actually. You can lower that amount to see if you get more clicks and if those clicks turn into book sales, for example. So if I look at my stats for April, it shows me that I've had 119 clicks, which is a lot, just in the past couple days. So that's a lot of clicks, and depending on how much I bid, the number of clicks go up if you are willing to pay more, they go down if you pay less. And if you notice that if you have higher clicks, you have higher book sales, you notice that people are buying your book, your Kindle book on Amazon, then that means that you're doing something right. Okay, and moving on to provide options. Okay, what I mean by provide options is that don't limit yourself on just posting your book on Goodreads, your hardcover book, for example. Think about how people like to receive information. Nowadays, people are very busy and they have smartphones and they have devices that they can use to listen to a book or listen to a podcast while they're running at the gym or driving home. So make sure that when you create your campaign, you actually, if you recall when I was creating the campaign earlier, you could enter a link for what you wanted the destination URL to be, meaning where people would go after they click on the book. Well, you are leaving money on the table if you don't have different formats of your book. It's a good idea to have a hardcover, obviously, or at least a paperback, and also have an ebook, and consider also having an audiobook so that you can create an ad here, a third ad that will take people to your audiobook rather than your paperback. So that way you may have people who prefer to read an audiobook actually click on the link and buy your book. And if you do that, I would say change your ad copy to say something along the lines of listen to the book or something like that, and that way they know that it's an audio book, and make it and you can even in your ad, you can design your ad so that it actually shows clearly that this is an audio book. So one way you could do that when you design your ads is to use a tool that I like to use, which is Canva. And Canva allows me to create pictures that are images that are more creative. The next strategy in Goodreads advertising is to actually to turn your readers into customers. What do I mean by that? So maybe you don't just have a book. Maybe you are actually a yoga teacher, or you are a cook, a professional chef, and you write a book, or maybe you are a mechanic who happens to have written a book about how to change a carburetor or how to change some spark plugs. So whatever it may be, whatever your expertise, you have something to offer. So if you have a blog and a website, create an ad that actually links to your website and that shows the readers that you are more than just your book. So all of a sudden, instead of having readers buy your one book for $10 or $20, they're actually now, you manage to actually sell them on your expertise. So maybe they can buy your service. Maybe they can have you show them how to do a yoga class online by watching a video on your website, and that video may be behind maybe part of a subscription, or even just a free video that people can watch, and on your website they can see that you have another book or a product, and they can buy that product. And all this happened because they click on an ad about a yoga book, and they saw your profile, they were interested, so they followed that profile link, which goes back to how important it is to create your profile when you are on Goodreads. Make sure you create your Goodreads profile. So they can actually click on the link and find your website where you can sell your own services, and all of a sudden now you don't have a reader that buys your book one time, but now you have a customer that potentially becomes a repeat customer that will buy not only your books or your next book, but will also buy your services. So if you focus on just book sales, you may be missing the bigger picture, which is you can only sell a book once to the same person, but you can sell services multiple times to the same person. So that's what I mean by turning your readers into customers. Okay, and the next bullet point is to create contests. If you go back to your Goodreads author profile page and click on home, click on visit dashboard again, scroll down, and it will show you if you have any Goodreads giveaway campaigns. This is big. This is a big piece of advertising on Goodreads that you need to understand, and there's a lot to it that you really should pay close attention to. So the sooner you can post a contest, the better. If you have a book that's already been published and you haven't done a contest yet, that's fine. You can still do one, and you'll get the attention of readers because people like free books. And I'll take a step back and explain. The giveaway is as the name calls it, it's a giveaway. You sign up for it on Goodreads, and you can only do this if you're an author or if you have a Goodreads author page, which we talked about earlier. You decide to give, let's say, 10 books, 20 books, however you can manage to give away, and then you submit the campaign, the giveaway campaign, and it generally lasts anywhere between a month to maybe 3 months. But I would recommend doing it for longer periods of time, like 3 months or even longer. If you're working on a book that's not finished yet, go ahead and create a giveaway anyway. So if your book hasn't launched yet and it's going to launch in 3 months, submit a giveaway and give away at least, I would say, at least 20 books to get the most out of the campaign. And I'm going to walk you through how to create a giveaway as much as I can, because I already created giveaways for each of my 2 books that are currently on sale. To create a giveaway, you want to go to goodreads.com / giveaway, and then this page has a list of giveaways that are currently going on, and you can see these are authors who are giving 5 books away, which I think is very little, in my opinion, 1 copy. And generally very famous authors will give out, the more famous they are, the lower the copies that they give away, because they get more attention. But if you are not very popular, I would recommend giving at least 10 books, 20 if you can. And one thing to keep in mind about giveaways is that you need to be aware of the fact that, and when I create it, I'll show you, you have to make a decision whether you want to give away a book to people within your country. So if you are in the United States, you want to give away books to, you can give away books to people in Australia, the UK, and New Zealand. But you have to keep in mind that Goodreads doesn't pay for the cost of shipping the books to those contestants, to those winners. So you have to be mindful of that. One mistake I made is when I posted a giveaway, I opened it up to the UK, Australia, the United States, Canada, and I had to ship all those books to those locations. And with customs, I had to fill out a lot of forms to get it through customs, so the reader could receive the book. So keep that in mind. If you're doing a giveaway, I would recommend keeping it within your country. If you are from the UK, keep it within the UK. If you are from the United States, like I am, keep it within the United States to just keep things very simple. It makes it easy. It makes your life easier. All right. So to create a giveaway, you want to go to you want to list a giveaway because you are an author. You don't want to sign up to win someone else's book. You want to list your own book. So click on list giveaway. Okay. And you would want to enter your book's ISBN number, but most of all you want to set the dates for the giveaway. And like I said, at least a month, but if you can do longer, the longer the better. I would recommend doing it for 3 months so that you get the maximum amount of attention for it. So what I mean by that is, if I go back here, these are authors who listed their giveaways. These are the ones ending the soonest, and you could see that this one has 6,325 people requesting the free book, and they only have 5 copies to share. So after the date ends on actually today, this is ending soon, then the author will get a list from Goodreads to send the list of books to the people who won the giveaway. So you will get a name, first name, last name, and address to send the books to those readers. Okay, and we'll go into detail on how to effectively do that. So a lot of authors do giveaways, but they neglect the engagement piece of that giveaway, which really is what makes you stand out of the crowd, because there are many authors who do giveaways. You want to stand out of the crowd, not just give away a free book. You want to make it a unique experience so readers can remember you and come back next time you have a giveaway. All right, okay, so you want to list a giveaway, enter the date. So you could say it will start on April 4th and it would end on, let's say, June or July 4th. Okay, and then your book release date, you enter it, say 2015 for example. Let's say it was just released on April 1st, and then paste the ISBN number here, and then enter a description for your giveaway. and enter the rest of the information. And here are this is where you enter the number of copies. So you could say 20 copies, the publisher URL. So if you publish through a traditional publisher, you would put their website link here. In my case, I don't have one, but I could actually put my own website link here if I wanted to show, to just it's there, so why not use it? And you can select one country, and again, these are the English-speaking countries that are most popular, so they are on top. But you could select the entire world if you wanted to. Not recommended. I would recommend to select one country and one country only. If you want maybe Canada, the way to do that is you click on it with your mouse and then hold the control key. It's a control button or key on your keyboard to select multiple countries. So I'm going to hit control and I'm going to left click. Left click is just the way you would normally click to select multiple countries. If you want to select just one, you just have to click on the one country you want. And then the tags, this is for so that people can find your giveaway easier. For example, if you are giving away a cookbook, to go back to my initial example, you could say cookbook, of course. Anything that relates to what people could be looking for to find a cookbook. You could say even cooking, because people may type cooking book or cookbook. You could type in if your cookbook is specifically about a certain type of cooking or food, you could type that in too. If your cookbook is about vegan cooking, it makes sense for you to type in vegan cooking. Okay, so you get the point. So you type in as much information as it allows you to enter, and then contact information, you enter it here. That's your address or your phone number, and the readers will not see this information. So, and then click on save. This will submit your giveaway to Goodreads, and they'll approve it within a few days or a week. And once you have it approved, you will see something like this. Go to the dashboard here. So it would be listed down here. So for me, if I look at this giveaway, I can click on it, and this giveaway obviously ended. This was back in October. Okay, and this is what people would see when your giveaway is posted. So they can click on the button to enter, and their name would be put on a pool of names to be selected at random by Goodreads. So they just send you a random list of 10 people if you're giving away 10 books, 20 people if you're giving away 20 books, and so on. And you have to make sure you send the book to them. And after you send the book, you let Goodreads know that you have sent the books. Okay. Now, this is not any unusual information. It's not new, but I will actually dig deeper and explain where you can stand out from the crowd when you actually do a giveaway. After you list your giveaway, and then Goodreads sends you a list of people saying, hey, these are the people who have actually won the giveaway, and you can send them your book. When you ship the books, make sure you type an actual letter that you would use to insert inside the envelope that you will send to the readers. So, and that letter could go something like, thank you for signing up for the giveaway, and in the letter, explain that you are taking on all the costs of creating the giveaway and actually shipping the books to them, and that you would appreciate their feedback, and specifically if they could read the book and give you a review both on Goodreads and on Amazon, so that you could start getting those reviews back from the giveaways. Because if you don't, they just got a free book. They are not under any obligation to review your book as a result of the giveaway. So why not tell them? Put an insert in the envelope, customize it, put the name of the person. Hi, Jane. Thank you for signing up for the giveaway. I would really appreciate if you could leave a review on Amazon and on Goodreads. Thank you very much. Regards, so and so. Okay. I actually have specific templates that I created and refined over the years, over the past couple of years, to make them very effective. And the reviews that I got on Goodreads are, I believe, a result of me getting in touch with those people, putting an insert in the letter to tell them to give me a review, rather than just sending them the book in an envelope, because it's really distant and it's really disconnected. Take advantage of it and include a customized letter that's written, and you can type it but sign it with your name. And so that's one thing you can do to stand out from the crowd as an author. It's all about building that connection, that relationship, that rapport with the reader. If you do that, that really builds. It means that you care. You're not just sending them a book, and it makes you memorable, so they can actually remember you. But don't stop there. You can go further by actually going back to the giveaway, and you can actually look to see, well, how many people wanted to get the book, how many people signed up. In my case, I was giving away 20 copies of the book, and I had over 1,200 people request the book. So out of those 1,200 people, only 20 won a book. Now, it may just be that they wanted a free copy of the book. That's why they signed up, which is fine. But it also tells me that I have 1,200 people who are interested in this type of book, children's books. And what you could do in addition is you could actually reach out to these people that actually requested the book. And if you scroll down to the bottom of the giveaway page, it shows you everyone who submitted a request to get the book. These are your leads. These are people who have an interest in your books. At the very least, you can contact them, or you can look through the profiles and see who you want to contact and say, hey, I'm launching a new book in 3 months. I was wondering if you'd be interested in reviewing that book. Or you could even say, the book that you could send a letter saying, I am sorry that you didn't win the book. I see that your name was not on the list. So I would say select 100 people out of this list, out of the 1,200. Contact them don't just send them a book. Contact them and say, hey, so and so, I saw that you did not get selected to win one of the copies that I was giving away, but I would very much like to send you another copy of the book in exchange for your review. If they say no, just move on to the next person. And don't be alarmed. If you select 100 people, not all of them will say yes. Some of them will say no. Actually, many of them will say no. And so what you want to do is, if they say yes, send them another email saying that you will go ahead and send them the book, and ask them what format they would want it in. Do you want to receive the ebook format, or the hardcover format, or the paperback? Now, I know that this may be an additional cost because you already sent 20 books to the winners, but not all of them will say yes. And some of them would prefer the ebook, and make sure you give them the option in terms of what format they want the book. So if they say, yeah, send it to me, and then you can ask them what version ebook you want. I can send you EPUB or Mobi or whatever the case may be, just so that you can actually put yourself in a situation that you have a better chance at getting people to review your book. So keep that in mind as you contact these people to say which version do you want. So that will make you stand out of the rest of the crowd, and it would get you even more reviews. Claim your work in progress books. Okay, so this is another strategy that you can create to make sure that you are maximizing your exposure on Goodreads. And what I mean by this is you may be working on a book that's not out yet. It won't be out for another 6 months or a year, but you can claim that book. And the way to do that, and I'll demonstrate this, I actually happen to have a book that is being worked on currently and it's not published yet. Go on to Goodreads. So go back to Goodreads, click on my books right here, and then on the left hand side you will see a link that says import export. So click on that, and here it will ask you to import books. So what you could do is you can enter the link where your book is. So if your book is, let's say, on Amazon, you could go on Amazon, okay, and then click on the link and copy this link right here and paste it right here. So paste the link here and click on import. I already did this just to test it out. It brings the list of books that are on that page, including your own, but you really don't want all these. So because your book is a work in progress and may not even be posted yet on a website, but you would need to have an ISBN to list it manually. So what you want to do is you want to click on the button here that says, on the link that says adding these books manually. So click on that. It brings up this page. So click on the page. So enter the title of the book. So in my case, I am adding actually a book that I'm working on, which is a self-help book called Raising Perfect Children. The short title is 101 Things I Wish I Knew Before Becoming a Parent. Okay, and the author is me. Okay, and the ISBN, so you need to have the ISBN. If you don't know it, get it from your publisher. And I believe I have an ISBN 13. Yeah, so I enter your ISBN here. I had this number before because I have it on I'm gonna self-publish it, and I already had an ISBN that was assigned by Amazon, by CreateSpace, which is the branch that publishes Amazon books. Publisher, I'll just say Amazon. Year published, I'm gonna say 2015. Month, I don't know yet. I think it will be launched this fall. So, but I'm going to leave that clear. Number of pages, 150. Format is, it's a paperback. It's also an ebook, but I'll just select paperback. Edition, there's no edition. And here the description, you definitely want to enter a good working description. You can always change this later. Okay, description, I will paste the description here, which I did have handy. Okay, so there's my description. I paste it there, and the language, the editorial edition language is English. Original title, it's the same. Default chapters, yes. Media type is book. Media type is book. And I'm going to say that I'm not a robot. It's going to ask me to confirm my captcha here. One important thing is you want to add a cover. This is crucial, so make sure you add a cover. Cover front, original. And I will paste my cover. I will now proceed to submit it. Create book. click on create book, and there it is. So I just listed a book that's not available on Goodreads yet. I just added it, and it says Raising Perfect Children, paperback by me. So that's how you add a book to Goodreads. Okay, so now it's actually showing up right away under my work. So I had only 2 books before, now I have a 3rd book. It's actually showing under my profile, and you would notice that if I were to come back a few days from now, people would already start flagging it or adding it to their to read, because if it looks interesting enough for them. Okay, so we're going to move on to our next topic, which is a review strategy. You can get reviews by doing a giveaway and getting reviews back, but this is actually going above and beyond the giveaways to proactively connect with readers to ask for reviews. Because if you don't ask, you won't get reviews. If you ask, people may say no, but you may also get someone who says yes, and if they do, ask them to provide the review, and generally it's an exchange for your book. So the beautiful thing about Goodreads is that it doesn't just allow you to sell books, it also allows you to enhance your readership, and to find people that are interested in doing that. So you no longer have to try to go on Amazon to try to contact reviewers to get their reviews, because most of the people who are on Goodreads and provide reviews will review the book both on Amazon and on Goodreads as well, and they will even do it sometimes without you asking. So you don't have to go on Amazon to get people to review your book on Amazon. Just go get it from Goodreads directly. And don't shoot in the dark. Have a systematic way of identifying who those people are who can review your book. And I'm going to do a demonstration actually to show you one of the strategies that I use for one of my books to get the reviews. Go to Amazon and find a book that you know is a popular book in your genre. I'm going to use my own example. I have a children's book, so I'm going to look for a book that I know is popular and I would be interested in getting a review or reviews from people who actually have reviewed that particular book. So I go on Amazon.com and I search for a local author. So I'm going to look for Flora and Ulysses by Kate DiCamillo. This is a book that's very popular that people are reading and reviewing. I'm going to go look at the book details. As you can see, there's 435 customer reviews on Amazon. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I am going to look for the same book on Goodreads. So go back to Goodreads and I am going to search for Flora and Ulysses. As you can see, it guessed it. And I'm going to select the book and take a look. See, there's 18,000 reviews and 2,900 or 18,000 ratings and 2,900 reviews, even more than Amazon. So this tells you that people come on Goodreads and rate and review books more than they do on Amazon now, which is quite impressive, and which means that you have more targeted readers here that are willing to rate and review a book than actually on Amazon. So now what you need to do is look to see who the reviewers are. So if you scroll down and go under the community reviews, you will see that these are the people that reviewed the book. So go down the list and then just follow each profile. Basically, this profile, click on it and you can open a new window. For example, if you look at this profile and I am blurring the name of the reviewer because I want to keep their privacy. And here is the profile. Now I don't want to use this profile because this is actually another Goodreads author. And here's something that you don't want to do. Don't contact authors asking them for reviews. Don't contact people who have their profile set to private. If you click on the link and it shows that it's an author or they have the profile set to private, move on, look for another profile. Don't contact them because that's number one. If someone has their profile set to private, they don't want to be contacted, so don't break the rules. If it's an author, they won't have time to review your book. They're here to promote themselves, not to help you get a review. So move on to the next profile until you find the right profile. So let's look at this one. All right, so there's a profile of a regular user, and it looks like a mom and her child, or also a dad. Anyway, so you want to contact this reviewer by clicking on send a message. So you click on send a message. Okay. Now, as you can see, her profile says that they're not accepting messages, and people can block their profile where they won't get messages. But again, then just move on to the next profile until you find, and you have to set a number for yourself to say, okay, I'm going to contact 20 people or 50 people. And out of those 20 people, not all of them will say yes. Maybe 5 will say yes, they'll review your book. And you can add those reviews. So click on send message. There you go. So this person, you can send them a message. Of this, so you would say, hi John, and John is not his name. My name is Omar, so introduce yourself. I am the author of a newly released children's book. I was wondering if you would be interested in reviewing the book. If interested, let me know where to send an ebook or a hard copy. And then the second paragraph would say, the book is called, and then tell them the name of your book. And then write a second paragraph that, and I won't read verbatim what my template says here. It took me a long time to come up with just the perfect template to get this right. So I won't give out the entire information just because I am concerned about people using the exact same template to contact reviewers, and all of a sudden it becomes spam basically. So I want to be careful about that. So but I'll tell you what you need to put in each paragraph. The first paragraph, I read that to you. The second paragraph, you would include something about your book. So my book is called this, so and so, and then just provide a brief description of what your book is about. Make it direct, make it clear and concise, and include a link to where your book is so they can actually see it online, whether it's Barnes & Noble, your publisher's website, Amazon, and then thank them for their time and send the message. They will respond and say no. If that's the case, respond again. Say thank you for taking the time to respond, because some people won't even respond to you. Those who do respond, thank them for responding and say thank you for taking the time to respond. I understand, have a great day. And then that's it, and that's the end of it, and get their name off the list. Okay. So if they say yes, however, send them another email telling them that, thanking them and asking them whether they want a hard copy or a paperback if they didn't respond to your initial email telling you that. So you would respond and make sure that they provide you provided you their address. If they didn't, then you would respond, obviously saying, what is your address? Where would you like me to send you the hard copy book? Or where would you like me to email the e-cover book? And if they respond back with the email, then actually go ahead and follow their instructions and send them the book. And then wait for the review to come in. And if you do send a hard copy book, go back to my initial instruction to actually include a letter. On the previous video, I believe I mentioned that, to include a letter in that envelope along with your book to thank them and ask for a review, and mention that the costs associated with you sending the book to them, to make sure that they understand that this is not free. You are incurring a cost in sending them the book. Right, so that's how you would get the actual. You can request reviews from users who are not part of a giveaway to get additional reviews. Make sure you do send the book right away once you get a response out of that request for a review. Another thing you want to do is you must keep track of the names of the people you actually sent the book to, whether it's a name or email or address, to make sure that if something goes wrong and they don't receive the book, if they contact you saying I didn't receive the book, in fact, you should be proactive, and after about 3 weeks, contact them and saying, have you received the book? And if they say no, send them another book. Okay, and that way they will appreciate you being proactive and being respectful and reaching out to them, rather than them waiting to receive the book and never getting it. And definitely keep track of that information so you know who you sent what and when, in case you need to resend another book, and for tracking purposes for your own records. And when you're done and all the books have been received, certainly there's no reason to keep that information. You can certainly delete it, delete that information, because you don't really need to keep it. Personally, I wouldn't keep that information beyond its purpose. The final point here in our webinar for getting results, advertising effectively on Goodreads, is make sure you engage the users. Sales come from good reviews. The reason it is important to set up your profile, as mentioned earlier in one of the earlier videos, you actually show your face, you connect the profile with your blog, your Twitter account, so that the readers can see you as a person, not a celebrity, so they can connect with you. And make it a point to show that you actually care. This is why readers will actually go to a book signing, not so much to buy the book, but to actually just get to see the author and talk to them and feel like they can connect with someone who managed to write a book. That connection matters. And the way to do it online on Goodreads is to make sure that you engage them. You send them emails and contact them, answer their questions if they ask you for some. Enable your blog, again, link it to your personal blog. There's a blog feature on your Goodreads author profile that you can link to your personal blog, so that if you post something, it automatically shows up on your Goodreads blog. Have them ask questions. There is a way on Goodreads to enable users to ask you questions about your book or your projects. That's another way you can engage, rather than waiting for them to come to you. I see a lot of authors on Goodreads and LinkedIn actually who push their book to people, buy my book, buy my book. If you do that, what is the type of reaction you generally get? You get people will flag you and they'll kick you off the group. What you want to do instead is offer something of value, like this webinar that I'm doing. It took me a lot of time to put this webinar together, and I hope it provides valuable information. The reason I'm bringing this up is that your book is just a calling card. It's just a business card, basically. What provides value is what you have to offer as a person. You can offer services and a lot more than your book can. Your book is a topical representation of an idea. It's not what you are and what you can offer as a person in terms of your experiences and background. And instead of, again, pushing your book, it's similar to Goodreads. You want to show them that you offer something of value and that you are more than just one book or two books or a book series. That's what they connect with, and that's what you need to bring forward. To bring another point, ask them for feedback. Ask them for comments on your books, even if it's not reviews, if it's just connecting through Goodreads. They will tell you, and listen to that feedback and bring it into your work. Consider incorporating feedback from readers on Goodreads to your own work to make it better and to keep improving. It's not one single thing that you have to do to get results on Goodreads. As you can see now, it's a combination of a lot of things that you have to do to be able to drive results to your campaign, to be able to have a successful campaign. If you incorporate all these ideas, then you actually have a chance, a better chance than most, to have a successful campaign on Goodreads. So go ahead and place the ad and follow the rules that we talked about creating a good ad, how to create it, and engage readers. As I mentioned just moments ago, find a way to engage with them, and remember that you don't, if you don't stand out, then you blend in with the other thousands of authors on Goodreads. So you need to engage and go that extra step to actually build and grow your readership, so that when you do a book launch before the book is on sale, you actually do a pre-launch and are able to sell your book to your readers who are now fans, to give you a better chance of having higher sales after the book is actually on sale in stores. And request to get reviews. Make sure you ask for reviews and ask for feedback. If you don't ask, you won't receive. And make sure you create customers. Don't just see people as readers that buy your book once. Make sure you actually create customers by following some of the tips that I shared here. All these things together help you attain your goal of having a successful campaign. And finally, we covered a lot of information here, but I would leave you with one thing. If you go back to the worksheet that I created that to go along with this webinar, and if you don't know where it is, you can go to my website to find it, and the links would be listed on this page where the webinar is being displayed. Make sure you go back to that worksheet, and I encourage you to take the next step. Now that you know what your objectives are, now that you know what you want out of Goodreads, make sure you take that next step and implement your action plan as you highlighted it on the worksheet, or follow the steps that we talked about here on these videos. Make sure that you take action. Don't just take this information down and do nothing. Make sure you do something. If you don't take action, then nothing is going to happen. Go ahead and list your first ad. Go ahead and create your first giveaway. If you have questions, please contact me. You can email me at Umar, that's OUMAR, at umarjang.com, and I will be happy to answer any questions you have regarding this video or anything else that you may be working on as it relates to Goodreads. I hope this webinar has been helpful. If at all you found it helpful or any piece of information helpful, please go ahead and send me a message, comment if you can. Go to my Facebook page, facebook.com/GriotTales, and like my Facebook page. I would really appreciate it. I will do the same for you. If you like my page, I will like you back. And of course, join my mailing list, so that when I do the next webinar, you will be contacted immediately with the topic and when the webinar would happen. If you have any questions, again, let me know. The webinar page is www.umarjang.com/webinar, or lowercase. Then you can register for the next webinar in the series. Again, thank you very much for joining me. I hope this has been useful to you. And again, good luck with your projects, and go ahead and start using Goodreads effectively. Thank you.